Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Council members. John Kalmakoff, 971 Mangrove Circle, Corona. I've been a resident in Corona for 27 years. I just want to say I do support the national motto, and I'm hoping that you, as our representatives, will support that too. The meeting tonight's the second meeting I've attended, and those people out here that I see in the audience, there's a lot of business people, there's a lot of churches and families and friends and neighbors. These people represent thousands of voters. So I'd like you to really consider this. And since this is the second meeting, I feel I should say for the atheists that spoke, number one, I don't think that the tail shall wag the dog. And I do take offense when somebody calls our council member a hypocrite, because as he's proclaimed, he doesn't believe in God. He believes we're made from dirt or stardust, and that I would ask simply, I know he's got to be hurting, so I don't want to hurt him, but that he be consistent. If in fact he doesn't believe in a moral creator, then he doesn't need to say that we ought or we should or do anything, because there is no creator in his eyes, and that means there's no moral standard of right or wrong, and this motto should be meaningless to him. He should look at it and it should be meaningless. And so the only way he can be neutral is to be silent, and if he claims to be non-religious and he wants to be neutral, then he should be silent. And then I have one question for Councilwoman Spiegel, and I say this out of respect, but you've said twice now in both meetings that the people use the word Christ and it offends you. My question to you is, if somebody used the word Allah, would you be offended?
She's not able to answer you right now.
Pardon me?
She's not able to answer you at this time.
I'm finished. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Pastor Kevin Mitchell of Living the Love Walk, and I reside at 591 Wellesley Drive. I was in here sitting there listening, and I know maybe what I'm about to say might have been repeated already, but because I wasn't going to speak at first, but I was listening to something that was brought to your attention, but I'm kind of like a practical person, and I was just sitting here thinking about how we're talking about in God we trust. And I heard the remark come up about how this started in 1950. And it's so funny that I believe that Corona is a city that's in the state, California, that's in the United States of America. And I know we're not officially a Christian or like a religion country, but I know since the founding fathers that we have been basing everything off of biblical doctrine and about God. And all I want to say is that when you take this vote, just do the right thing. Let's not forget where we come from. And what I have noticed, if I could say anything, that in the last 20-something years, that since God has been removed out of a lot of things, this country has went in a different direction. So let's be like the way the country was originally is and bring it back and let God lead Corona like it should. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello, thank you very much for allowing me to speak, Council and Mr. Mayor. My name is Kirk Bennett. I live at 1803 Myrtle Street, Corona, California. I am the father of Ryan, Spencer, and Brooke Bennett, and very proud of them. I'm here tonight to raise in favor of the proposal that's being put forward, and I ask one of you, councilmen, to please second it so that we can vote on it here tonight. This country effectively was founded by people who came here seeking God. And I believe that this country was founded really by a bunch of religious fanatics with guns, that they could defend their beliefs and stand by them. And we're here tonight doing that same thing. Many men gave what Abraham Lincoln called that last full measure of devotion to the idea or the ideals that this country represents. One of those ideals is that we do trust in divine providence, a God which watches over us. I just thank you very much for hearing us, and I ask you to please vote yes for this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. I am not a Corona resident. I live in Riverside, 8176 Dufferin Avenue. My name is Logan Goolsby. Thank you, Mr. Fox, very much for what you do. Thank you, all of you guys, for what you do. You are appreciated. I attend Living Truth Christian Fellowship, where Pastor Michael Lance, is the senior pastor. And Jesus Christ is my entire life. And what I want to say to my friend back there and people who are offended, I think there can be a perception of Christians and just religious people that, you're condescending, you're mean-spirited, you're hateful. And for 24 years, I didn't believe in God, and I completely resonate with that point of view. But what I would like them to do is to kind of take a second look and think that, God isn't bad. I had a wrong view of God. And I think there's a saying that, God wants to bless us, but our hands are full. He can't give us anything. And we don't wake up in the morning trying to offend anybody. That's not what our intention is. Our intention is to show people the love of God. The word God, or when we put in God we trust, it's a symbol of security and hope for people. And again, to my friend in the back and the other people, we're not trying to offend anybody. But I would have him take a second look at something he said. He said something like, we will have no idea what we've lost. And what people don't understand is if we turn from God, we'll lose everything. And I think people need to look at that very seriously. God is not trying to hurt anybody. He's trying to help people. It took me 24 years to see it, and it's only a good thing. So I completely support the motion, and again, thank you for what you do. You are appreciated.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Wes Speak, 2623 Toomey Lane. I think this is going to be easy vote for you guys. It's obviously the overwhelming support in the room here for our national motto to be displayed. And I think as Councilwoman Spiegel said, that just the placement and is the question, and I guess you guys will have to come up with where that's going to be, just assuming, I think, where the vote's going to go. I would like to add the city of Irvine had a pretty spirited debate, and they agreed to add our other unofficial motto, which is E Pluribus Unum, and out of many as one. And I think that would be a fantastic add to as a historical, that's also on our money. It's also written by our forefathers in 1776. I think it'd be a fantastic add as well. Thank you.
Thank you.